Right then, we're building up to Eliminator number 1, RCB versus Chennai Super Kings, and two teams in form. Royal Challengers Bangalore finishing tied on points with Chennai Super Kings, and on the other hand, you've got Kolkata Knight Riders with 5 wins in the second leg of the IPL, the highest by any team in this second leg. So, building up to that game, and our topic of discussion is the battle between Kolkata spinners and Bengaluru batters, and just so that we balance our debate and be as careful as picking the topic, we've got one batsman and a spinner just to complement the topic that we're talking about in Gautam Gambhir and Dan Vettori. Let me start with you, Dan, because I'm going to be talking about the spinners here. And here's a look at the Kolkata bowling, and we've got some interesting stats there. And to say that the Kolkata spinners have been really outstanding in the second leg of the IPL would be to be stating the obvious. Dan, 92 all out the last time these two teams played in the IPL, and Varun Chakravarti picking up 3 wickets. Those memories would be haunting RCB, you reckon?
I think so, but I also think that RCB are feeling pretty confident within themselves, so they will acknowledge that KKR do have a quality spin attack, and they bring in Shakib as well. Then obviously they'll have 3 spinners to throw at them, but it is a confident RCB team. So I think they'll look to line up Maxwell as much as they can against those spin bowlers because he's been so dominant and he knows how to play them, and he puts so much pressure back on the spin bowler as our spinners can be.
Okay, just as we were talking about the Kolkata Knight Riders spinners being outstanding in this leg of the IPL, here's a look at the batting average of teams against spinners in up until now in the 2021 season, and these are the top 5 teams. And guess where Bangalore features there in the number 2nd spot, right behind Delhi. So, Gautam, is this where the game lies? Bangalore batters doing really well against spinners, and then outstanding spinner attack that the KKR unit has.
I don't think so. I think because they've got such big names in the batting lineup, that's why they get the bowling gets overshadowed by such big names. Harshal Patel has been fabulous. That's the reason why he has a purple cap at the moment. Chahal has bowled really, really well. Siraj has done really well. He's clocked good speed. So we should not only talk about RCB's batting. RCB's always been a very strong batting lineup over so many years. But this time around, it's been the bowling as well. And that's the reason why they are where they are. That's why they won what they've had 18 points. It's not that they've just scraped through or probably just managed to get into the playoff. They got into the playoff very convincingly. So yes, when you have people like Virat Kohli, AB de Villiers, and Maxwell, your bowling will always be overshadowed by these of three, 4 names. But you got to remember that Harshal Patel will be a massive asset on this kind of a wicket, plus Chahal and Siraj as well. You can't just overlook all these guys. So I'm sure it's going to be a great contest, and it's going to be a challenge for KKR as well.
Interesting point there Gautam makes, Dan, about how effective Harshal Patel has been, and especially I'm just looking at where you're going to be playing, Sharjah. This is where the last time around we saw for KKR, we're talking about their spinners, but it's Mavi and Lockie Ferguson that did all the damage there.
Yeah, I think the surface allows any bowler to prosper. I think that ability to hit the deck hard, a slight variable bounce, and then obviously it changes the pace. So I think the relayed surface at Sharjah does allow that for the bowlers to come into it. So I think both teams look at themselves as an all-round package. They don't rely on a batting department or they don't rely on a bowling department. And that's the reason why they've got themselves into these positions. And that's why this RCB team, I think, is so good, is because they're not reliant on that batting lineup. If you look in the past, even when I was involved, the best teams were when Mitchell Starc was there and their ability to dominate with the ball. So I think these are 2 all-round teams who will rely on all facets of their game to deliver a win.
I reckon one area where RCB probably lacks as compared to KKR is having pace up their ranks, because KKR has got 2 guys who can bowl 140 plus. RCB probably only has 1 at the moment, which is Siraj. So yes, the overseas fast bowlers, whether it's Kyle Jamieson or Gautam, they're not as quick as probably Virat would like them to be.
Finally, before I wrap up, Gautam, and Dan spoke about Glenn Maxwell versus the Kolkata Knight Riders spinners. I mean, Maxwell's record against spin this season has been outstanding. Averages 62 and an incredible strike rate at 161. But also ABD, if he continues to bat at number 4, that just makes that batting attack even more potent against those spinners, which usually come into play when number 3, number 4, number 5 are batting.
I don't think so. I think Maxwell should still bat at number 4 and AB should bat at number 5. For me, I think the most important, the key will be Virat Kohli for RCB. He plays spin really well. He rotates after the 6 overs, so I would definitely want him to play that big innings, because if he can battle the 16th or the 17th over and they can get to 155, 160, they've got the bowling lineup to actually defend that. So for me, I think yes, Maxwell is in fabulous form. AB can be a match winner on his day, but for me, I think Virat Kohli will be the key. And I don't want him to probably just go really hard in the first 6 overs, because his batting till the 16th or the 17th over will be very, very crucial.
All right, gentlemen, that's that then. Thanks so much for joining us. You're watching ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout.
We call it people technology.